For centuries, chocolate was more than just a food. It was a symbol of immense power and wealth, hoarded by empires and coveted by kings. But what if I told you the chocolate we know today is a shadow of its former self, lacking the rich depth and historical significance that once made it legendary? Discover the untold story. They say gold built empires. That it drove men to madness, to war, to greed, to glory. But what if I told you, there's another treasure, darker and sweeter, that has quietly outperformed gold, shaping nations, economies, and destinies? A treasure that conquered hearts long before it conquered markets. A treasure that turned kings into traders, and traders into kings. This is the story of chocolate, the luxury that became an empire. A commodity so powerful, it created fortunes larger than gold. And so addictive, it enslaved millions to feed the world's sweetest obsession, the sacred bean. Long before Wall Street or the London Stock Exchange, long before global markets priced cocoa futures, there was a bean so sacred, it was once used as currency. We travel back to Central America 3,000 years ago, to the world of the Olmecs, the Mayans, and the Aztecs. Here chocolate wasn't candy. It was divine. They called it zacalatl, the bitter water of the gods. It wasn't eaten. It was drunk, mixed with chili and spices, a dark elixir reserved for priests, warriors, and kings. Among the Aztecs, cocoa beans were worth more than gold. You could buy a turkey hen for 100 beans, a slave for a few thousand. And when Montezuma, the emperor of the Aztecs, entertained guests, he reportedly drank 50 cups of cocoa each day. Chocolate wasn't just a drink. It was status, the currency of power, faith, and empire. But then in 1519, a new player arrived. A conqueror chasing another treasure. Conquest and extraction. When Hernán Cortés and his Spanish soldiers landed in Mexico, they came searching for gold and glory. What they found was chocolate. At first they hated it. The bitter, spiced drink didn't taste like the sweetness they expected. But when they saw how the Aztecs revered it, used it as currency, taxed it, prayed to it, they realized they'd stumbled upon something far more valuable than they knew. By the time Cortés returned to Spain, he carried not only gold, but cocoa beans, seeds of a new empire. In Europe, sugar was added. The bitterness faded. And suddenly, a sacred ritual of the Aztecs became a luxury of European royalty. By the 1600s, Spanish and Portuguese colonizers were planting cocoa across their empires, in the Caribbean, in South America, in Africa.